Today on Go Island, it's all about movies. We just finished with the Golden Globes. The Oscars are just around the corner. We're spending some time with Clint Thornley. He's a film buff.
Coming up today on Go, New Year's babies in the farming world, Parksville's Panthers Hockey Association, and higher learning with Melanie Panetta. That and more today on Go.
You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. I'm Kate Bergen. This is Clint Thornley. He's the owner here at Film Buff Video in Nanaimo. I've spoken to you a couple of times, and Film Buff is a perfect descriptor for your store and for you. We just finished watching the Golden Globes this past Sunday. What'd you think?
Well, they're always a fun and entertaining show to watch, and that's because of the alcohol that's involved that you don't get at the Academy Awards. So people are likely to say things you're not going to see in a more restrained environment than the Academy Awards. And they tend to have broader categories. They include television, for one, and miniseries. So we see different stars from TV and film all mingling together in the same room and all drinking and socializing and having a good time. So it's a more fun show to watch.
Jodie Foster's retiring?
Well, I wouldn't say she's quite retiring. They always claim to retire, and they always find one good more role to play in. And Clint Eastwood's threatened to retire at least 3 or 4 times, and he's done several films to direct and act in since that time. And Jodie Foster's speech was just absolutely so brilliant, beautiful, and eloquent. And you couldn't have read it that well, even off a cue card. So I was really impressed with how concise she was with her life story. So
excellent. Okay, we're going to come back and talk about the difference between the Golden Globes and the Oscars, and then get into some of the meat of predictions and who deserves and who doesn't deserve to win at the upcoming Oscar Academy Awards. First, though, we're going to throw things over to Kelly Robinson, who's also behind the camera right now. Who is Nanaimo's New Year's baby? Probably not who you think. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. We're sitting here with Clint Thornley. He's the owner, operator of Film Buff Video in Nanaimo, and I've also just learned that he is an award-winning, independent, profit-making, independent filmmaker. I've already said independent here in Nanaimo, but we're just kind of making a little inside joke there. Let's get to the Oscars. What's the difference between the Golden Globes and the Academy Awards?
Well, the Academy Awards has been going longer than the Golden Globes by a good 17 years, and it has a lot more cachet because the people who vote at the Academy are members of the Academy, and that's 5,500 members that are all directors, producers, actors, and filmmakers, whereas the Golden Globes is a loose association of the Foreign Press Association, and they add up to about 80 or 90 members. So there's not as many people voting in the Golden Globes as there is in the Academy, and the people in the Academy are far more entrenched in the film business.
Okay, so if you do well at the Golden Globes and win, or get snuffed and don't get anything, is that an indication of what's to come at the Oscars, do you think?
It can be, and it can also, there's times when there's a huge disparity between both award shows and which ones win. For instance, Bobby won a few years ago for Best Picture, wasn't nominated Best Picture at the Academy Awards that year, and this year we had a few differences in that Ben Affleck and Catherine Bigelow were both left out of Best Directing nominations for the Academy Awards, but Ben Affleck picked up Best Director at the Golden Globes. So sometimes that can be a consolation prize for an actor or director that they won a Golden Globe instead of an Academy Award. But also the Academy Awards have 10 nominations possible for Best Picture and only 5 nominations possible for Best Director. So Catherine Bigelow's film and Ben Affleck's film were both nominated Best Picture, but they were left out of the directing category.
Okay, and then nothing for Life of Pi at the Golden Globes, yet I've heard so many fabulous things. I think it's a great movie. Do you think it's going to get anything at the Oscars?
It will probably pick up some technical achievement awards for the visuals, for cinematography. The top picture is always a tough award to win, and so anyone should be proud when they do win it, and there's no shame in only being nominated and not winning, but just because it's popular or it has a populist appeal, that doesn't necessarily curry favor with the Academy. They are known for being a little bit middle brow and trying to stick somewhere to the middle, so they don't go for just the critic-friendly films that the population scratch their head over watching. Like There Will Be Blood is a good example that didn't win, and if they did, it would have alienated a lot of viewers, as would Brokeback Mountain and movies like that. So they nominate them to feel good about themselves, but they don't necessarily win.
Okay, out of all the categories and all the movies, what's your favorite for the Academy Awards this year?
My favorite to win, which I would love to see win,
in Best Picture.
In Best Picture is Beasts of the Southern Wild, and I'd like to see their director pick up Best Director because I think it's a masterpiece. I think it's one of the best films I've ever seen. It's original, which the Academy always reward originality. If you look over the course of their 87-year history, they've always rewarded films that presented something new and something different or a twist on something old.
What do you like so much about this movie?
Beasts of the Southern Wild has a real authentic and genuine flavor to it that doesn't seem contrived or fake, and it has elements in the film that you've never seen before in any other movie, and it's touching, it's sweet, it's wonderful, and it's like a surrealistic poem. So it's beautiful.
And you have it here?
I have it here. It's one of the only films that's nominated Best Picture that's actually available on DVD currently.
Okay.
I don't think it'll win. I want it to win. I think the front runner right now is Lincoln. It's got a lot of momentum going for it. It is a really well-made film. Steven Spielberg, of course, is well entrenched in the industry, and he's nominated Best Director. I can see it going that way as well. But momentum changes between now and the actual ceremony, and The Master had all the hype and buzz starting from Venice Film Festival, where it won the Golden Lion Award, and it was big at the Toronto Film Festival, and then it just kind of petered out and ended up being left off of the Best Picture nomination list. And then all of a sudden Lincoln was gathering steam, and then Argo's now gathering steam because of its Golden Globe wins. So I think it's a bit of a race between Argo, Lincoln, and there's an outside chance that Zero Dark 30 may get Best Picture, but I think Catherine Bigelow's previous win for The Hurt Locker, which was the least commercial film to ever win Best Picture, it grossed $17 million. I think that works against her this round. So we may see her again in the future, but not for this round.
You can tell that Clint really knows his stuff. You can pick up a copy of
Beasts of the Southern Wild
here at Film Buff Video at South Parkway Plaza in Nanaimo. You can also listen to Clint on a morning radio show on CHLY. What's the call letters on CHLY?
101.7.
101.7, and that's Wednesday mornings, 8-ish. We're going to throw things over now to Rayanne LaPlante. We're switching gears entirely. It's seniors hockey. I hope I can handle a pair of skates like that when I'm pushing 80. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. If I thought I knew anything about movies, which I've actually never really claimed to do, no, I don't. Talking with Clint Thornley here at Film Buff Video in Nanaimo. He is a master. You can hear his radio show on CHLY on Wednesday mornings. You can pop into what he calls a salon of a video store, and you'll probably run into some people you know and get some great movie tips for home watching. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more Oscar talk in just a minute.
Still ahead today on Go Island, Victoria's next big thing and higher learning with Melanie Panetta. That and more still ahead today on Go.
You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. Today we are talking films with Clint Thornley from Film Buff Video. It is Oscar season. What'd they miss? Who's left out? The nominees are announced, so who's not on the list?
There's two films that should have been on the list, I think, and that's The Master, which again won the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival. It had a lot of momentum from the Toronto Film Festival as well. Everyone expected to see that, but Joaquin Phoenix did get nominated for Best Actor, and he is the best part of that movie, and I think it's a two-headed race between him and Daniel Day-Lewis for Lincoln. I also think the film Moonrise Kingdom, which got an 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb, which usually qualifies for the top 250 of all time. I thought that was delightful, whimsical, and very original, and those are also qualities the Academy looks for in a film, and I thought it had a great, cast of A-list talent that could have propelled it to that nomination, so it should have been nominated.
Why wouldn't it?
There's a lot of politics that go on in the voting process. There's a lot of members of the Academy that may have allegiance to a particular company that puts out different films. There's a lot of marketing going on and lobbying and jockeying, and there's a lot of politics that go on at the Academy Awards, so that could be a reason it got left out.
A documentary that you mentioned.
A documentary with Sam Sarah, which was available today on DVD, and this is made by the people who did Baraka, but it's such an ambitious effort where they go to so many continents and so many locales to film the best gorgeous cinematography, great human endeavors in terms of culture, and it's a painstaking process to put this movie together, and I think they should be rewarded for the effort involved, and it's a visual wonderment to behold. It's beautiful.
Now, we did say Oscar season, and we hear that phrase a lot, and it truly is a season. It gains momentum as film festivals happen and take place throughout the world, and Toronto is key to that.
Toronto is the launching point to get films noticed to the critics, and particularly the members of the Academy that are going to vote. And this year's winner was The Silver Linings Playbook, which is now in theaters, and I thought it was the best movie I saw at the festival, and indeed it's been nominated for all 4 acting categories, which is very rare, and it was nominated Best Picture and Best Director for David O. Russell. So it's a feel-good movie that also broaches on mental health issues, so it has a little bit of gravitas, but beyond just the comedic elements of it. But it's a wonderful and delightful and enjoyable film to watch. I think it's got an outside chance, but the Toronto Film Festival gave it the momentum it needed to get on that list in the first place.
Okay, now Clint mentioned when I was there, and that's true. He's attended the Toronto Film Festival for the last 6 consecutive years. His staff told me it's the only vacation that he actually takes every year. He takes photos while he's there. We're going to look at some of them from his recent visit. In the meantime, it's Karen Elgersma introducing us to a woman who could be Victoria's next big thing. David Foster comes from Victoria, Nellie Furtado. Maybe this young lady is the next one. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. It's Oscar season. Who better to talk to than Clint Thornley at Film Buff Video in Nanaimo? This is a ticket, a real ticket to the world premiere of Slumdog Millionaire. It's Clint's. He saw it at the Toronto Film Festival. He goes there every year and has for the last 6. These are the best memories of your life, you said.
I'd say so, yeah. Being the first to go see a film that turns out to be an Oscar Best Picture winner always feels good. And Slumdog Millionaire was a film that was slated to go direct to DVD, but because of our enthusiastic response in the audience and the way we voted for it, that made it the top prize winner at TIFF. It got noticed by the critics, it got noticed by the Academy. The momentum snowballed all the way to an Oscar Best Picture win. And a similar thing happened to No Country for Old Men. I got to go to the premiere of that. I got to meet Josh Brolin. I got to walk out of the theater with the Coen brothers, which was a highlight of my life, and that film also went on to win Best Picture. So it's always great when you see the premiere of a film and it goes on to win Best Picture. Unfortunately, I missed out on King's Speech, which got noticed at Toronto Film Festival, and that went on to win Best Picture, amongst other films that always get noticed at that event. So
and you like rubbing shoulders with the stars.
It's fun to rub shoulders with the stars. I don't get too starstruck, but I do enjoy being around them. I do enjoy getting a chance to meet them or talk to them, particularly about film, whether it's a critic or whether it's somebody in the industry or whether it's a star themselves. They always offer some insights and help further my goal to be the best film buff I can be.
Okay, we could talk forever, but we're not because we're out of time. I have to throw things over now to Melanie Panetta. It's another episode of Higher Learning. That brings us to the end of this edition of Go Island. I've learned so much today. This is Oscar. He works here at Film Buff Video. The Oscars are on Sunday, February the 25th. If you want to do some prep, this is the place to be. Come on by South Parkway Plaza in Nanaimo. Thanks for watching Go Island. We'll see you next time.